Good evening, my friends. Madhuchanda. Good evening, my friends. After a long gap of few weeks, about 5 to 6 weeks, yes, Shankar. I am here to talk to you on a specific subject which is now being discussed in the media after a long gap of 2 decades. It should have been discussed 2 decades back in the media. Anyway, though late, it is good. It is now being discussed 2 decades after the occurrence of this mistake or crime during our Justice Mukherjee Commission of Inquiry. And the subject is DNA test on teeth recovered from residence of Gumnami Baba, Faizabad. I always stick to this labeling of this specimen. Teeth recovered from residence of Gumnami Baba, Faizabad. I never tell teeth of Gumnami Baba. Any change of labeling in forensic science is a crime. Dr. Kashyap, CFSL of Calcutta, made this mistake, rather he committed this crime. That was my official allegation in affidavit and in written submission to commission. Before that, I must expose that man, Mr. Kashyap, on his dishonesty. And I warned the commission many times about the dishonest attitude of Mr. Kashyap. Rather, today let me confine to a specific point, the role of Dr. Kashyap, V.K. Kashyap, Deputy Director, CFSL, Calcutta Lab. Let me be very specific there. Though this report was submitted long after the starting of the JMCI on 4th year, but from the first year, I warned the commission about the attitude of this Dr. Kashyap. One of my affidavits to the commission, I placed before the commission some papers. Number one paper is a newspaper cutting. Please keep in mind, in 1999, when the NDA first government came to power, on the second day of the government, the Deputy Prime Minister cum Home Minister, L.K. Advani, on the first cabinet briefing to the press, declared institution of the commission on Netaji mystery. The NDA 1 gave that much importance. And please never forget, for the first time in Indian history, after partition, a judge of the commission has been appointed, not by the political head of the country, but by the head of the Supreme Court. Bajpayee ji had the power to choose a judge for the commission, but he did not exercise that power. He wrote a letter to the sitting Supreme Court Chief Justice to select one judge, retired Supreme Court judge, to chair this commission, and therefore thereafter this name is JMCI, Justice Mukherjee Commission. And many times in the media, there is a wrong information that he has earned a lot. Justice Mukherjee, no. He has taken no salary for doing his works as chairman for this commission. Just honorarium, 1 rupees per month, and he has not drawn that. Okay. Initially, we had got many difficulties to start the commission because we are not getting any space. We needed about 2000 square feet. After a long gap of months, after 6 months, we got some space where the commission office was started. Anyway, on the very second year, a newspaper heading came to my notice. This Times of India, Calcutta, Friday, April 14, 2000. What was the headline? The headline was CFSL scientists claim breakthrough in DNA. And next headline, new test could identify Netaji's ashes. Can you imagine? Shankar is here. Yes, Shankar is here. Shankar, you have attended many national international conferences on science. Have you ever seen a new method discovery for any test for any problem? It's subject specific. It's never any methodology, any discovery, a individual specific. It should be generalized. And here you see the second headline, a science conference in CFSL. From that, there a new machine has come from Europe, instituted for RNA isolation, RNA testing. And in the inauguration meeting to the press, this Kasub's briefing by this new method, they can identify Netaji's ashes. And there he claimed from ash he can isolate DNA, even RNA, even DNA by this machine and can tell the source of this ash. And that alarmed me. I wrote directly to this Kasub officially and he gave me the answer. Yes, answer. He gave me the answer. In register post just 2 weeks after on 9th May. He gave me the very emergency answer. And this all I submitted to the commission to show how the man is dishonest. Please refer to your letter 5th May 2000 in connection with some queries about mitochondrial DNA typing. In reference to point number 1, please note that during cremation of body, either in gas or electric furnace, a couple of bone pieces always remain partly unburned. Usually from these partly unburned pieces, DNA is successfully isolated and thereafter typed. We have not come across any report about the cremation wherein all the body and bones have been totally perished into ashes. Ashes of body constitute carbonified and partly burned bones. Also in second stanza, big stanza, he always kept claiming even from the ashes he is able to isolate RNA and DNA. And then on the basis of this, my letter and Kasub's letter, I wrote to all medical colleges in Bengal, to the head dips of the forensic science and CCMB headquarters, Hyderabad, which is the Government of India's highest DNA isolation center. And their letter came. They clearly told from ash, human ash, which is the product of cremation, DNA is absent. From there, detectable DNA cannot be isolated. In clear language, and all these papers I submitted to the commission. And in the commission, one hearing, this Kasub was invited. to give his opinion on the possibility of the DNA test of the ashes in Renkoji temple. And he answered in front of the judge, Justice Mukherjee, that this is possible by techniques now available to his CFSL Calcutta. And I stood up. That was 20 years back. At that time, my age was less. I am always very straight, very short, sharp. I stood up. And my answer was, my response was, if from us, if anyone claim to isolate DNA or RNA, the only thing to be done to manipulate the specimen or to fudge the DNA test. No other way is there. And my second sentence was very harsh. Why you are wasting time in India? Go to Western world and pray for your Nobel Prize. My sharp answer maybe was not happy in the situation, and Justice Mukherjee then sent letters about the possibility of DNA test on such ashes to the best centers of USA, UK, Germany and Japan, and their answers came. All the answers are in the volumes of the JMCI, placed in the parliament to all the MPs in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. It is also available in net. And also I have discussed in my volume 1 and subsequently last volume I referred to. I have discussed on in the video in YouTube's. I think that point is clear. And all these centers supported my point. When the ash is a product of cremation, DNA test is unlikely. And still today, the tragedy is in this country, many so-called scholars, maybe scholars of history, scholars of law, scholars of other subjects, they think they also know the DNA. They are discussing on DNA. They are giving lectures on DNA. That's the problem. Then, I wanted to impress upon the commission that this Kashyap is a dishonest man, is an implanted man. And to us, unofficially, there is information that this man is close to Krishna Bose. And otherwise the press conference can be in that language, with that language. The new method which they have introduced in the CFSL lab in Calcutta will identify Netaji's ashes. Why there are other ashes? And is there any textbook in the world on forensic science or any journal on forensic science has ever any claimed DNA test possible on human ashes? Nowhere. Dayal Bandhu, yes, you are the subject. Maybe I am not a practicing pathologist or a forensic scientist, but you have to pass. And for these arguments, I have to bring from medical college all the volumes and I have to read day after day. And that's why in that way I framed my argument. Next, another proof of this Kashyap, that this man is a dishonest man. This man is a master of fudging. Another example. In March 2000, Statesman, front page headline was, India's findings contradicted, body not of Al Farhan hostage, UK. I am giving you the background. I had in my memory that there is a headline in newspaper that Al-Faran hostage, Al-Faran is a segment of terrorists working in Kashmir in 2000, and they kidnapped one Britisher in Kashmir, and that Britisher was missing, and subsequently a dead body was recovered, and very mutilated dead body, and the dead body specimen was sent to CFSL, Calcutta. This CFSL gave a report, and this one of the members of this team of CFSL is this Kashyap. They gave report that this, because this dead body sample was matched with the tissue samples taken from the relatives of that hostage, British hostage in UK, and this CFSL claimed that the two sets of samples had matched, and they were trying to tell that this mutilated body is the body of that kidnapped Britisher, and subsequently these samples was taken by the British government. They tested in their own lab, and their lab proved that these tissue samples recovered from the mutilated body in Kashmir is not matching with the relatives of that man in England, and that burned the face of the government of India. And I have to go to the Statesman's House to find out that very journal I placed before the commission with affidavit. Beware of this Kashyap. He is a dishonest man. He is a master of fudging. He is very fond of giving doctored reports. He is a master of fudging. Then I am incoming. Remember, the one thing I want to remind you: handwriting, fingerprinting, and DNA profiling, all these things used in criminal cases in courts. India is also a pioneer. Though we are advancing country, not advanced country, but we are also pioneer. But we have to be honest. Minus honesty, even you are very qualified, you cannot do justice. Honesty is a precondition. And Europe, and mainly America set the protocols of the DNA testing. They were never claimed DNA test is possible from the human assays. Never. What they are testing? There are hundreds of pages. National Alliance of Families. USA in wars after the Second Great War, but in Korean War, Vietnam War, and subsequently in the West Asia Wars, has lost many soldiers. And they want to recover at least some remains of the dead bodies of their lost heroes. And many labs have been developed there. The samples are being tested, and they have developed some protocols to filter out the mistakes, fudging, and manipulations. And they have given a standard protocol. Each specimen has to be tested in different planes. First identification, then its forensic testing, its X-ray, its standard anthropological tests, all tests. And all tests are done by different sets of the experts. And even in the final stage, when the DNA isolation level is coming, and that has to be done more than one person, never single person. And all these are to filter out mistakes, manipulations, and fudging. If there is a single man in whole process, there is always a chance of manipulation and fudging. Even best possible filters, all these techniques in USA, best centers, there is mistakes about 2 to 2%. And here you see what Kassav has done. The person is so notorious. What he has done. Let me read my written submission to JMCI, which is now the property of the Government of India now. Let me quote there. What his report came. His report came. This is a big report. What I saw in the report sent by Kassav, V.K. Kassav, Deputy Director, CFSL Calcutta. It's a big report, and this report was entitled Mission Abhigyan. It's a big. When we are giving big names, Chandrayaan, all these big names to our science exploration projects, his name was of this volume Abhigyan, Mission Abhigyan. Okay. Let me see the quote some pages. And he was, V.K. Kassav was witness number 126. We cross-examined. Yes. My first allegation. In the report, on the teeth samples, he changed the label. His label was Teeth of Gumnami Baba. My allegation was, on which right you have changed it? Our original sample sent to the lab was teeth recovered from the residence of Gumnami Baba at Faizabad. That was our sample labeling. On which right you have changed this? You have changed words. If Dayal Bandhu, suppose your blood sample is drawn. Suppose some blood sample is available in your residence. Dayal Bandhu, can you hear me? And naturally, the collector will label it blood sample collected in the residence of Dayal Bandhu, Dr. Dayal Bandhu Majumdar. And the lab technician or the expert or the after testing, he has no right to change the label as blood sample of Dayal Bandhu Majumdar. That cannot be done. Such change is a crime. And I told you, Mr. Kassav is a criminal. Next, I asked him, in your report, it is seen the forensic tests are done. Who has done it? You will be astonished to see that it is again Mr. Kassav himself. And the 5 teeth was x-rayed. I asked, who x-rayed it? Whose report it? Again, it is Dr. Kassav. Dr. Kassav was a radiologist also. Anthropological tests, all these things have been done by Kassav himself. In the whole report, there is no signature of any other technician or any other expert. All signatures by Kassav. And in the DNA, the DNA isolation chapter and profiling, you'll be astonished to see that there is only one person, Kassav himself, no one else. And I can remember after a long gap of 2 decades, if I get the files, I can see whether this gene mapping was submitted to us. So far I remember that was not submitted. That's why I completed. There is a gap of steps in this DNA profiling and reporting. That is my allegation. I do not know. I knew Justice Mukherjee under some pressure, but he has some compulsion that should have been rejected. I appeal for rejection of such report. And I told, when on the same teeth, CCMB Hyderabad, the pioneer DNA Institute of Government of India, the oldest one, has told that from these teeth, adequate DNA could not be isolated. Therefore, from this DNA profiling of teeth allegedly found in the alleged residence of Bhuvan Gumnami Baba at Faizabad, conclusion cannot be drawn. That was their report. But you see, here Mr. Kassav gave the report that the isolated DNA of this teeth is not matching with the samples from the Bose dynasty. Crimes were committed, and on the spot such reports should have been rejected. But sorry, those reports was accepted. And remember, when the final argument was continuing, UPA has again come. UPA. And remember under which situation compulsions we are working, and Justice Mukherjee was working. And let me come to some specific questions. Possibly some questions are there. If you can put some questions has come. Oh sorry, half an hour is already there. I will not continue for a long time. Okay. Some Abhishek has asked some questions. So Abhishek Sannal, his question is, why not Mr. Anuj Dhar and his team praying again for retesting of the DNA? Mr. Sannal, the best thing Mr. Anuj can tell this, why not they are appealing. Anyway, they are doing a good job. They are again picked up this issue. Yes, this re-appeal can be done, but the problem is there. I will come to that point. Because problem is that remember, there are only 5 teeth. From those 5 teeth, this CFSL Calcutta lab has extracted DNA, and also CCMB Hyderabad, they have extracted DNA. I do not know. The samples are again re-preserved. How much DNA will be now left there? That's another big question. Also, some other persons are there. A good questions, and this suspicion whether already these teeth are changed, samples are changed. because UPA has ruled for more than 10 years. 10 years. And I have already given allegations that the ashes, the sample of the ashes at the Renkoji temple has been changed. The original ashes, alleged ashes, which was kept in Renkoji in 1945 September, that specimen is no more there. That has changed. Absolutely new specimen is there. And there is my written allegation that Congress government and a section of the Bose family are the conspirators to change that specimen, had to place some specimens with bones for their future desired results. And here also, maybe the teeth are changed. I do not know. Anyway, I am coming to the next question. Kali Shankar De, recently Modi and Trump, sorry Mr. De, this is unrelated question. Anyway, one thing I can tell you, your long question, you tell that Netaji Subhash Chandra was against the British and Americans. Yes. In world politics, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was the only Indian in last 100 years during freedom movement who has played on the global theatre. And post-partition India, the scenario has changed. Post-Great War world has changed. And when you have to play in the world scenario, diplomatically you have to be that. To use one big power against others. If you cannot do that, you are not a diplomat. You cannot do good for any country, for your own country. Once he was against USA, UK, okay. That time he took help of Japan, Germany, and subsequently Russia. And we need not have a fixed idea, only USSR and today China, all these things are only helpers of India. Such a fixed idea will not be good for a country. You have to be that player, to use one big power against the other for your own interest. Mr. Manoj Chatterjee, broken teeth along with intact teeth resent to Faizabad Treasury. I do not know. We all send it to the government of India, Home Ministry. And I have heard some materials have been sent back to Faizabad. I do not know whether this set of teeth is there in Faizabad Treasury or not. I do not know. Because whatever now in the gallery, in the Ramkotha Bhavan, these teeth materials are not there, I have seen. Possibly in Delhi or maybe still left in isolated place in Treasury in Faizabad. I do not know. But before re-examination of DNA materials, how can he be sure that teeth have not been changed? That is my also suspicion. Thank you. By anthropological test or by any means, the records are there. But anthropological reports there is not in that details that today we can tell the new set whether those teeth or not. Can it be possible to extract DNA for testing from epithelial cells derived from buccal mucosa may be present in the Bhagwanji's used scissor? Yes, that was also my suggestion to the JMCI, because there are so many beddings, cloths of the Bhagwanji and so many materials which was being used by Bhagwanji. Some skin epithelial cells, discombobulated epithelial cells could have been isolated. But the fallacy is that for a long period, that room was open. Many persons handled without proper gloves, and also subsequently without gloves which have been handled. Also this cigar, also this figure. Therefore, there is mixture of the mucosal cells of this Bhagavanji and the discriminated cells of the fingers skin of the handlers. So much mixture is there, and it's very difficult. Now, what is the guarantee that teeth are not replaced by Thyoku theorists? Yes, Thyoku theorists already changed the specimen of the people. They are very mighty, very mighty, very mighty. They are very mighty. They have destroyed all the materials of the Gandhi murder case, and you will be astonished. We could not find the material exhibits of the first committee, that is Sanhaj Khan committee. We could not find the material exhibits, destroyed. Even we could not find the material exhibits of the Justice Khosla Commission of 1977. The Congress and associates is notorious for destroying these material exhibits. They are very, to distort history, to destroy the evidences, they are very notorious. Let me stop here. Shankar, yes sir. B.K. Kashyap deserved Nobel Prize, yes. Where he is? He was promoted to the post of director subsequently. He was awarded, yes. The persons awarded. SAIR was awarded because he managed the INA treasure loot. Yes. Lokhi Saigal was awarded officially, socially, because he could betray the whole INA saga. SAIR. And your even other persons, those who betrayed the INA, all have been awarded by Nehru. Ajit Bose and all. Okay. I think no other question possibly. If I get some further papers on this specific issue, I'll again discuss, or if any paper comes. Let's stop here now. Thank you. Good night. Subsequently, talk in Bengali today if I get time to some other issues in Bengali, this issue, and also the bloodbath in Delhi, not this Delhi. Yes, I've already told that this bloodbath, this chaos, which I've seen few months back in Bengal, the destruction of the government property, central government property by a specific section of people, and practically backed by the government machinery of Bengal. That very section has done this burning, destruction of public property in Delhi. And I have no doubt this section is backed by the persons, some partisan persons who are in opposition now, and there are collaborators, and backed by Pakistan and other enemy countries of the enemy countries. There's no doubt about that. Congress is one of the creators of Pakistan. It's the creator of POC. In last 70 years, indirectly it has always backed, supported the survival of this Pakistan. And still today, they are all supporting the Pakistani supporters inside India. They want to destroy this country, break this country. And the attitude of Congress today is this: we, the Congress and the royal family, Gandhi Nehru dynasty, they're the only family who is here from the heaven to rule this country. Only legal moral right to rule this country. No one else will be allowed to rule this country. And Shankar, you see how they are angry on the fact that Sonia Gandhi has not been invited to the meetings, different meetings and programs of the US president. And in those international meetings, there is some standard protocol practiced all over the world and also being practiced in our country. Sonia Gandhi is either the leader of the in the Lok Sabha, nor in the Rajya Sabha, nor the Congress is official the opposition party, because he has less than 10% MPs in the parliament. They are not even the legitimate opposition party, and their anger is he is invited. How shameless they are! The minimum international protocols they will not respect. That's their mindset. The mindset of a hooligans. Let me stop here. After some time, I may start talking on Bengali to you on these two issues. Thank you very much. Let us remain very alert. The enemies of the country and are inside and outside the country. They are collaborating. Good night.